Now, in this session, we are going to understand about the pivot table. How we will be able to create a pivot table from a given data frame or from a given table. First of all, we need to understand what is a pivot table. By using the pivot table, we will be able to summarize and group and recognize the data. And we'll also be able to calculate some aggregate function. We'll be able to aggregate some column values. So the thing is, for that, we just be able to use some function which is called pivot table function. This pivot table method will be able to provide you with a powerful and flexible way to create a pivot table from the data set. Now, the syntax of the pivot table is as follows. First of all, we just need to say pd.pivot table, in which there are several parameters. The first parameter is the data frame that you would want to pass. Like then, the next thing is you just need to pass the values. What is the values here? The values will be the columns to aggregate. For an example, for some columns, you want to have some aggregation such as sum and mean. Those columns you should be able to pass. Now, you should be able to give the indexes. What is the indexes? Indexes are the rows which you want to group. Next thing is the columns. The columns will be the columns that are the features that you want to group together. And the next thing is aggregate function, the aggregate function such as mean or addition function you'd want to use. And fill values, that is whenever there is a missing value, how you want to fill the value. Let us understand. See, this is the syntax. Now, by taking an example, let us completely understand how it is going to work. Okay. Now, just I'm creating some example data set. What is example data set? I just have created a data in which employee in the employee column I have several values. In the department column again I have several values. Gender column I have several values. Salary column also has several values in it. Okay. Now there is a bonus also. Now I just am creating a data frame by using pd.dataframe. Okay. What is the identifier? My data frame name is df. Now the output, when you want to print a data frame, you just are going to get the entire table. Now I just want to create a basic pivot table in which I want to group by a single column. Here, the objective of creating a pivot table here is I just want to find out the average salary in each department. Now, how do I be able to do it? I just am creating a pivot table. I just am transferring it to a variable which is called pivot. Pivot is a identifier of the pivot table that I'm creating. I'm creating one pivot table through which the actual created pivot table will be passed into. What is the method? pd dot pivot table, pivot underscore table, in which what I'm passing? I'm passing the data frame and I'm passing a parameter of the what do you call the index, rather, sorry, that's a column that I would want to take an aggregation. The index is department. Here, I want to calculate the average salary in each department. Now, as a single column, what is the column here that I want to find out? That the department column, I want to find out the average salary. So, I'm going to take the salary. I'm going to take the department. For the department column, I'm going to find out the average salary. Okay, so AGG func will be aggregate function. The key keyword is AGG func. Here you should be able to pass mean or sum or whatever the aggregate function you want to use. AGG func is equal to mean. Then what will be the output? The output will be the average salary of all the departments. Here in the departments column, I have three departments. One is finance, one is HR, and one is IT. All the average will be aggregated together and will be put in the pivot table. This is a simple pivot table. We'll also be able to group by the multiple columns. Okay, here, what are the multiple columns? See, here the thing is, what I would want to, I just want to find out the bonus, the sum of all the bonuses from the department column and from the gender column. So they will be grouped together, department and gender. And then what will be calculated? The sum of the bonuses will get calculated. The output will be here. The department will be finance, HR, IT. Okay. And the next thing is Now, how this is going to work, let us understand. I just did have a small ambiguity, but anyhow, right after which, what will be the output? Here, the gender will be given. What is gender? Female and male. In which, what are the departments? Finance, HR, and IT. In finance, female total bonus is 4,000. And since there is no male, it is NAM. In HR, female total bonus is 5,000 and male total bonus is 8,000. In IT, of course, female is not available. Male is 13,000. This is how we'll be able to grow by multiple columns and create a pivot table. Now let us understand some advanced pivot tables. We just also can join multiple aggregations together. It's just not only the one aggregation function. We'll also be able to use multiple aggregation function here. So here, what I did, I just want to calculate mean and sum for salaries by department. Here, values will be the salary and index is department. For all the departments, salaries, mean and sum must be calculated. Here, the output will be department, finance, HR, IT. For finance, mean is 58,000. HR, it is 65,000. 67,500 for IT. For sum, obviously, sum is also going to be produced. Okay. Now, how to handle the missing values in a pivot table? How would I be able to do it? Now, the thing is, I'm going to create a pivot table. Obviously, pivot table will be the function in which data frame will be passed. Values will be bonus. Here, by bonus column, all the departments and all the genders. I'm going to find out the sum of all the bonuses. Okay, by department and then the respective genders. Now here, whenever there is a missing value, there is a fill value column. There is a fill value parameter. This fill value parameter will tell you how you are going to handle the missing values. But here, I'm going to specify 0. That means the missing values will be substituted with a 0. Here for IT, there is no value at all. So the missing value will be replaced by a 0. What am I calculating? I'm just calculating sum of the bonuses. But for IT, since there is a missing value, that missing value is replaced by 0. Now, we'll also be able to group by a multiple values. How would I be able to do it? Simple. How? See, in this case, I just want to summarize both salaries and bonuses for each department. What I'll do, under the values column, okay, here just I'm going to specify. Earlier, in values, I specified only one column. Here, in values, I'm specifying 2 columns. Simple. If you want to group by multiple values, in the values parameter, you should be able to pass 2 columns here, salary column and a bonus column. For all the departments, for the salaries and bonuses, I want to calculate mean. So what am I going to print? See, finally, I'm going to print pivot. So bonuses have been printed. Okay. So for the departments, salaries, bonuses have been printed. Just a minute. Yeah, mean has actually been printed. Now, the mean of the bonus for the finance is here. The mean of the salary for the finance is here. Similarly, HR bonus, HR salary, IT bonus, IT salary have actually been printed. Okay. Now we'll also be able to add margins for totals. How do I do it? Simply, I need to use one more parameter, which is called margins. These margins must be equal to true. Then the margins will be created.